Very esteemed participants of this webinar who have joined for this very important webinar, which is going to be addressed by myself and also the Vice Chairman of the GST and Indirect Taxes Committee, CA Umesh Sharma. Friends, you're all aware that the GST and Indirect Taxes Committee is very actively engaged with every stakeholder in the country in the implementation of GST as well as in the government influencing the policy making. This committee in particular is one of the most active committees of the ICAI. Each day, some program, some meeting, some training, some seminar, conference, workshop keeps going across the country. We, in particular, are very actively engaged with the Government of India, the state governments and the union territories in the assistance in policy making as well as in implementation of GST, where one of our important work that we carry out is training of the officers of the GST. As our program is live today, certain training programs are going on in the northeast part of the country and eastern part of the country. Friends, today's webcast is extremely important as we are going to discuss some of the very important changes that have happened in the last 2 days of the GST Council meeting, whereby numerous rate changes have been discussed. Certain provisions have been amended. We have here with us another GST man of the Institute, a Central Council member from the Western region. Currently, he is also holding the very important position as the chairman of the AI in ICAI committee. Now, AI in ICAI committee is doing yeoman service. They are introducing AI to each and every member of the institute. Just yesterday, his committee concluded the 500th training program on AI for our members. 500, remember. How much Herculean task it is, even imagination is beyond that. The AI in ICAI committee is not only rendering service to members, it is also rendering service to numerous other committees of ICAI in using the artificial intelligence for better working of the ICAI administrative mechanism. Sincere thanks to CA Umesh Sharma ji, our Vice Chairman. In fact, few days occasionally I tell him, these days you don't look at our committee. For you, the parent is now AI. Okay, AI will be there for some time. It is like when you're eating, someone serves you sweet, you take that first, after food can be taken later. But then GST is his food, AI is his dessert. So he's enjoying his dessert now. Let him enjoy for a few more days. And later on, he has to come back to food. There is no other option. So I caught him. He was actually in Kuwait. Even without telling him, I put his name as speaker. It was never informed him that he's one of the speakers for today's program. After the program was announced, we called him and told him, you are the speaker. You will sit with me today. So yesterday we had a rehearsal also. So friends, before I proceed to the subject proper, let me tell you. One portion I will handle. The other portion Umesh Sharma will handle. And post which we will take few questions with the assistance of office. Impreet Kaur is there, Ajay is there from office, and of course our committee secretary, very able secretary C.S. Smita Mishra is also there. This particular PowerPoint which we are going to make today, we will also make it public to all of you. This was prepared by Tanya, who is also a chartered accountant, who works for the GST Indirect Taxes Committee. Sincerely record our appreciation for her effort in preparing this particular presentation in a very short span of time. So before I go to subject proper, may I request Umesh Sharma to give his opening remarks, and then we'll start the presentation. Over to you, Meshji.
Thank you, RK sir. Sir, today is a auspicious day. It's a teacher's day, and I am very fortunate that my teacher, my guru in GST, RK sir, is there, and I am studying the 56th GST Council meeting recommendations under the guidance of RK sir. So it's a very fortunate day for me, and a guru knows how to teach the student. So he has taken a call and said that you have to do this. And thank you, sir, for your love and affection. And thanks for your love and affection to all our participants who are here today to garner the knowledge of the GST. Friends, as told by our chairman, sir, our GST committee is working very hard to impart knowledge to all the stakeholders. Your suggestions, your comments, your representative matters are always welcome. So whatever there related to the recommendations, if you have any issues, please let us know and we will take them very seriously and put it forward on the basis of merit. So with these words, welcome you all. Happy Teachers Day. Over to our teacher of GST, RK sir.
Thank you, Umeshji. Wishing you also a very happy Teachers' Day. You are our technology guru. And I know whenever there is technology, I fall back on him. He understands technology much better than anyone in the institute, I can say. Yeah, Impreet is telling that 866 members have joined. Good number. Thank you so much, Impreet. Now I will share the screen, friends, and we will go through slide by slide what has been prepared by the committee, and we will deliberate on each slide. This is the 56th meeting of the GST Council. In fact, all of you will be aware that the GST Council has only recommendatory powers. There may be a decision of the GST Council which may not be implemented also. It happens. But this meeting per se was extremely important because numerous discussions were held before this meeting took place. In fact, before the GST Council meets, the officers of the respective states and the center, they have a meeting. And there are numerous other sideline meetings held to give a shape to the decisions of the council. Originally, this was scheduled to be a 2-day meeting. So we thought that, okay, second day only, everything will happen and we were just relaxing. But then to our surprise, we found that a press release has been there on the web and the meeting has ended. So this shows that good amount of preparation has gone by the administrative mechanism of the GST officers so that whatever shape that is required has been given. See, why this council meeting is important? Because the Prime Minister had given a commitment from the ramparts of the Red Fort. The Prime Minister gave a commitment that we are going to simplify GST. See, what is basically simplification for a common man? See, you and I as professionals, for us, simplification is different. For a common man, the lesser the rate of GST, that is simplification. The common man is not interested in whether ITC is taken, not taken, all those stuff. For a person who is household, like you will see in this particular in this GST meeting, the rates of various day-to-day regular items were reduced considerably. It requires a large amount of heart also, and also negotiation skills of the government were at the peak. That's the reason why this reduction has happened very nicely. India is a very complex country, very difficult to administer. So when GST was implemented in India, the whole world got up from the seat and took a look. How is it possible in such a country? When I traveled to OECD for various meetings of the Working Party 9, which deals with consumption taxes, numerous times, how is it possible for such a country to do this? And we have done it. We have done it again by rationalizing the GST rates. No doubt, it has taken almost 1.5, 2 years. I remember the SR Bombay committee which started working on this. And today we are standing here. And this particular uh, changes that has been brought in will ensure that the small businesses are taken care, consumers are happy. When someone hears, the 12% say GST has come down to 5%, they'll be feeling very happy. They are not bothered what is happening in ITC, he's there, not there, no. So this is GST version 2 now. These changes are a pointer that whatever maybe the party in which you are basically aligned with has got nothing to do when it comes nation first objective. This particular meeting has proved it. There is a revenue impact in any tax, there is a revenue impact. But believe me, will any government do something which takes the revenue hit? Wherever there is revenue minus, it should be compensated by something plus, isn't it? So it will be done in the due course of time. You see, we had this 4-tier rate structure. There's a standard rate of 18% and merit rate. You had a rate with jewelry is 3%, 5% is one rate, 12 is another rate, 18 is another rate, and 20 is another rate. Now, these are all various rates of GST. Services, of course, was 18. We have come down now very considerably. 28 we have taken to 40. Someone asked, sorry, or will it increase? No. 40 is that's all. Because section 9 very clearly says up to 20% only. That's all. So 20 for state, 20 for central makes it 40. So beyond this, impossible. The rate will not increase at all, cannot increase. Unless otherwise, there is a change in section 9. So today, now there are only two rates, basically two rates, 18 and 5. Now, I was a little bit apprehensive. If there is 5, whether credit will be allowed or not allowed. So we immediately searched the books. I also spoke to the Secretary of the GST Indirect Taxes Committee, Smita Mishra. We also spoke to someone in the government also. So the view was very clear, unless and otherwise, it is specifically told that no ITC is allowed. ITC is allowed. Which means in those cases where the rate of GST is 5%, unless it is specifically mentioned that no ITC, ITC would still be allowed. It is certainly a windfall, I must say. Windfall. 18, there's no question. The standard rate, which is 18%, still allowed. Someone asked me, sir, so many rates in India, can't it be one rate? No, my friends. GST can never be at one single rate. Because there are so much goods, different varieties of goods, different usages. So you cannot have one single rate. There must be two rates. Like zero is also rate, friends. Remember this. Look at this. This is the existing structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rates we had. Now, 5 has been reduced to 4. Forget about your 0. You have only now 5, 18 and 40. Whether the work for chartered accountants will increase or decrease, or will it be the same? Someone asking, sir, what will happen to CA profession, sir? So much simplification is going. Let me tell you, my dear friends, come what may, the consumers, the clients will require chartered accountants to serve them. And more so when the rate is 5 and 18. I was looking at a classification issue which might arise here. Assume that a client is charging 5 and the auditors come to the department and say, no, my friend, it is now 18. That's all. All hell will break loose. Because straight 13% gross. So please tell your clients more than once. You have any issue with rate, stop there. Come, ask us a question. Not on phone, not on WhatsApp. Ask them to come to your office, sit with you, analyze the Schedule 1 of the Customs Tariff Act. Be satisfied. If necessary, take an expert opinion, of course, for a payment. Charge your client for the rate related queries, because today that is extremely important. Let me tell you, extremely important. See, this is one small analysis, global practices that we try to do. The general rate, Hungary. Hungary is a very small country in EU. The India is adopting the EU mechanism. The EU mechanism whereby the whole EU is one, and there is a common law which is there, which everyone implements it. Each country does it. We are also one. The law is one. Each state does it. But in the EU, what happens is the rates are little different. One rate band is given to each country. Okay, beyond lesser than this you can't go. Beyond this you cannot go. So if you see in the EU, Hungary tops with 27. Our 18 is there, 27. Remember. Similar to EU, we also use this multi-tier GST. In countries like Australia, UAE, there is a single rate. Australia, what happens? One single body collects the VAT, and then the amount is split. Here, what we do, we ourselves do it. We charge 12 means we'll give 6 to state and 6 to center. But in Australia, 10% is the flat rate paid to one authority. They will split it as per their understanding. In UK, there are, of course, 3 rates are there. It's 20, 5, and 0. UK is actually currently in a very, very, I can say, administrative and also relatively in a very difficult times are there, because they left EU. And once they left EU, all hell has broken loose there, because EU and UK have a very ancient relationship which has been broken. Be that as it may, let us proceed with what we know here. Look at this. Significant implications. Go and tell your mother, go and tell your wife, go and tell those who buy goods in your house that from this month onwards, I'm going to pay you lesser. Pay you lesser. Why? Because the regular use items in the home, GST has been considerably reduced. Of course, all this will take effect. Government said from 22nd onwards. Let us wait for the notification. 22nd. And now, of course, even now, just now before the program, I was talking to Umesh Sharma, and he was telling me that many of the clients have stopped lifting the goods, saying that no, we'll wait for the notification to come. You send the goods then. Of course, talks are going on in the companies. It's in. You please take the goods now. We'll give you a credit note and all those stuff. But let's see. See, soaps, toothpaste, almost every product which is there, which is in household essentials, has been reduced to 5 or to nil. In fact, let me tell you, friends, nil may not be sometimes a very, attractive rate, because you have that ITC component in your inputs. The ITC component in your inputs, if it is more, it is straight cost on you. Straight cost on you. So, if you have clients who are dealing with multi-products, manufacturers basically, and whose rates have gone up and down, inputs as well as output from 18 to 5 or 12 to 5, have a discussion, have a talk with them, sit down and do the costing. You have done it now. Medicines, life-saving drugs. The automobile industry has come in for a very big change. You would have seen from 28 to 18. Let me tell you, friends, by 2030, the world has to embrace electric vehicles, EVs. Reducing the rate now, the government is keen to ensure that the automobile sector sells as large as vehicles before 2030. They want to increase the consumption capacity of vehicles, cars, etc. Forget about televisions and all those ACs, etc. Television has become a necessity. We can never call it a luxury now. It has become a necessity for this country. Air conditioner has become a necessity. As far as construction sector, infrastructure sector is concerned, it will always be a point of discussion at all times. Whenever there is tax impact that is spoken, infrastructure will either take a hit or it will remain the same. But we are very happy. Cement, of course, there are 10 to 15 manufacturers of cement in this country. They must be happy that their rates have come down from 28 to 18%. The government has been significantly encouraging agricultural sector. Thereby, they have ensured that the machineries, irrigation equipments, etc., is reduced considerably. Of course, electric drinks, pan masala, tobacco, luxury goods, all these goods, which are not a necessity. They are not a necessity. All these will be taxed at 40%. Friends, exemptions. Very recently, the GST and Indirect Taxes Committee had a detailed discussion with some of the high-ranking officials in the North Block, the CBIC, and explained to them the difficulties faced by the education sector. I'm discussing with you over a cup of coffee. Thank you very much. Now, education sector is something very complex in our country, sir. It doesn't appear what it is. There is a private sector, there is a government. Just remember, one show cause notice to an education institution, all hell will break loose. That's what is happening today. The government still has to clarify many things in education. We in the committee are working on that. Let's hope there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and education institutions per se, many issues are clarified. We'll be working on that. But this council meeting has not given much relief, basically, including healthcare also, because there's always a thin line of difference, What is healthcare? What is not healthcare? Someone was asking me a question, sir, those people who are affected with Alzheimer's, those who have this rheumatism related issues, where assisted living concept is there. It is still taxable at 18%. It doesn't come under health sector. So some representations have to be made. Insurance, all of you are aware, the talk was going on, and the government, then again now, some of the insurance, IRDA has issued some circular, it seems, and they are interpreting it in their own way. Let us hope these things, as the time proceeds, issues will be clarified or will be set to rest. In fact, when I see this milk, I always smile, because when in the India 2017 July 1, when milk was basically also brought in the ambit of GST with 5%, 12%, 18%, all of you know the famous cases of the flavored milk and flavored milk with nuts. Flavored milk was at 12, flavored milk with nuts was at 18. Then suddenly in November, when the rate change came in 2017, everything was brought down to 5. So here also, you will see one component of milk was always taxable. Now they exempted it. All types of Indian breads, including pizza breads. Pizza is also an Indian bread, These are breads which these days the population of the country, which is young population. India is a young population. So the government is targeting also the young population, because taxation is one sector whereby the government can bring in social changes. Sometimes taxation changes influence the social reforms also. It has an impact on the society also. So here you will see Indian breads at nil rate. Pasta is now an Indian bread. The pizza bread, that base of pizza is also Indian bread, which has been impacted by this particular amendment. Of course, soap, shampoos, toothbrushes, toothpaste, all the household items have been brought down. In fact, I remember the excise days. In excise days, always these household items will be a target. So no one is bothered about that. Toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, slipper, soap, all these regular items were on the target. Leave alone cigarette. Not cigarette will always find a place in central excise amendments, which has happened this time also. All these namkeens, bhujiyas, sauces, chocolates, pasta, everything has been brought down from 12 or 18 to 5 percentage. Of course, these are not healthy foods, but then what you can do? Today, everyone is interested in eating these type of fast food items, bhujia. I would not name the brand for obvious reason. The most popular brand, isn't it? And without bhujia, what happens, you tell me? Bhujia sandwiches and simply eating that also. It may not be good for health, but then society is consuming that in large numbers. The government has a statistic, but which is consumed in large numbers, you put some tax on that, we'll get some revenue. That is what has happened here. And of course, consumer durables. No longer I think television doll is not a luxury as it used to be. Those days, there used to be a license to buy TV. There used to be a waiting period of 5 years, 6 years and all. Air conditioners, dishwashers. In the Indian context, dishwashers are not of much use, but still it is there and you'll find the rates have come down drastically. This is relating to milk, which the government had. In fact, I'll tell you, friends, wonderful FAQs have been released by the government. Some of them will be discussed with Umesh Sharmaji. Wonderful. I mean, I must compliment the CBIC, the GST Council, and all those who prepared this particular FAQs. It has answered many questions. But then every question cannot be anticipated. Na? Like today, we'll receive questions. We may not anticipate some questions. Home building materials, as I premised to you previously, cements, marbles, granite blocks, all these have been reduced. But then you'll see the works contracts and services. It has been increased from 112 to 18. And here the reductions are there. Maybe let us see whether these things get balanced during the course of the time. Automobile sector. One of the largest beneficiaries of this GST tax reform is this sector, if I may say so. One of the largest consumption happens here. Motor vehicles, buses, trucks, three-wheelers, small cars, two-wheelers, slashed. Because only larger vehicles with engine capacity of 1200 cc or a length exceeding 4000 mm, the rate is increased from 28 to 40. Anyway, people who like these cars, as you see here, there is a branded car display which is there. But 28 to 18 that is not the right for this particular branded car. So whatever you may feel so. But then still that photograph is there. This source is the Ministry of Finance. This may not be the right photograph. But those fancy cars, those branded cars, the rate has increased. Rightfully so, because when you can pay 2 crores, 3 crores for a car, you can still pay the GST also. Agriculture. Whether anyone likes it or not, India even today is an agrarian economy. It is long time since the government came out with a policy on agriculture. Have you ever heard? Tourism, agriculture are two most important aspects of India. We always fiddle with agriculture sector rates. We don't know sometimes what is agriculture. Rice is what is rice? What is paddy? I'm giving a small example. That's all. The rate reductions have happened across the board. Tractors, tires. Of course, the spelling of tire is wrong here. Don't copy it. Tires and parts, harvesters, threshers, sprinklers, drip irrigations. Then you see all the agriculture, horticultural or forestry machines for soil preparations, cultivation, harvesting, everything. So anything in agriculture, remember there is a rate disturbance, decrease or increase. Please look at that. Don't immediately answer your client. Wait, see, please wait for the notification, sir. Don't take these slides. Don't take this as final. There may be something which would have left, which may have left out, or something which may be coming later on also. Hence, please wait. When the notification comes, once again have a look at it independently. If there is a difference, write to us. Write to the GST committee, gst@icai.in, with a CC to myself, rk@icai.in, and Vice Chairman FCA Umesh Sharma @gmail.com. Please write to us and we will come back to you. Medical, health. As I said, health is again in two components in this country. One that is commercial, one that is non-commercial. What is health? Itself is a question of a big debate. What is the medical sector? As I told you, assisted living. Is it related to health? Hospitals, when they do a seminar, when they share knowledge on various surgery that is happening for a fee, is it health or is it not health? Doctors receiving honorarium for their lectures that they do. Because we are doing a pro bono lecture to you, all of you, but then there are doctors who charge among their own fraternity. You will see many changes have happened. 33 life-saving drugs, diagnostic kits, the rate has been reduced drastically, 12 to 0. Other medicines of Ayurveda, homeopathy, Unani, reductions has happened. Spectacles. India is slowly becoming the hub of branded spectacles, 28 to 5%. Many other components have been reduced. There's a big talk going on insurance. The companies effectively convince the government to do something on this. In fact, the GST on all individual life insurance, GST on all individual health insurance. This will not apply to group policies, remember. Corporates which are taking group policies for the employees, this is not applicable. So be very careful. The other day I got a call. ICAI has an arrangement with life insurance companies and also with health insurance companies. Someone was talking to them. They said, no, you are under group insurance. We cannot extend this benefit to you. So I told them, okay, please talk to the committee for members in practice, which deals with the insurance policies for members of ICAI. And let's see whether something can come out of this. What else? There was a change, last a few years before on the hotel rates and all those stuff. It has now been very clear. Up to 7,500 rupees per day, reduction from 12 to 5%. Of course, more than 7,500, it continues to be at 18%. Gymnasiums, saloons, beauty saloons, barbers, those who engage in yoga. In fact, yoga should be in health, not here, but it is included here. Yoga should be related with health and not, if you apply the UGC gym degeneris clause, gym, saloons, barbers, yoga, it's not that. Yoga should be in health. Anyhow, but government's, this is a recommendation and we also could not do much and we added it here. So these are the items. From 5 to nil, 6. 5 to 18, 3 items rate increase. 12% to nil is 6. 12 to 5, 249. Commendable work, I must tell you, friends. Government has done here. 12 to 18, of course, 19. And 18 to nil, just see, 21 items and 18 to nil has happened. Changes in GST rate of goods. Existing is 18, proposed is 5, 59 items. Existing is 18, proposed is 41 item. Existing is 18 or 28, proposed rate is 5%, 1 item. 28 to 18, 29. 28 to 40, 17. This is as far as the services are concerned. Few of the services have undergone a change, especially job work sector, the construction sector, transportation, etc. Transportation has always been a sector of pain to many of us, and it continues to be so. Job work, 12% ITC, 5% ITC, 5 items. 12% ITC, 18 with ITC 1, which I talked about works contract. In construction also, we will see construction sector has taken a hit. Parallelly, cement has been decreased, but here the rate has been increased. But of course, balance-wise, you will still find that there is a rate reduction as far as construction sector is concerned. This is the services rate reduction that we are talking about. Proposed rates, existing rates, supply of service of third-party insurance of goods carriage, services we have admission to exhibition of films, etc. Film sector will get a boost here. Hotel accommodation we've already seen. Beauty and physical well-being services where yoga finds a place. Admission to casinos, race clubs, all these negative services that I must say, race clubs, etc. In fact, leasing or rental services have been really without operator of goods, which will attract 40%. Basically, those self-driven cars, it's a very a big industry outside India, but in India, self-driven cars are not that big. It only in few states you'll find self-driven cars. They have brought it down. They have increased it to 40%. Horse racing, lottery, online, all those stuff increases have happened. Other changes related to services specified. If you find this particular, there was a clarification which they brought it here itself directly with respect to restaurants where it is standalone restaurant and with respect to specified premises, they have said that they cannot avail the option of 18 with ITC. So valuation rules are going to be amended. In fact, if you see, look at the valuation provisions, the provisions with respect to discounts, that the prior knowledge of discount should be there with the buyer and all those stuff, that all is going to go with these amendments. These are the dates of implementation. We'll have to wait for the notifications. 122nd September, which the government has given us. They will notify with respect to tobacco also. 90% provisional refunds. Those of you who are going to get it, you are the luckiest. Because at least I can tell you, a little difficult, This government will have to do their own risk analysis, which they are going to do, risk evaluation, you can see here. So unless and until the act is amended, they have to bring in an act and put it as a provision in the act itself. Then it has more weight. But then, as far as the risk is concerned, the risk evaluation which the government has to do, the officer, the superintendent, it all depends on him whether he gives you 90 or he says, "Nahi bhai, we'll see later." These are the FAQs. Many people have asked this question. What happens to ITC for purchases made before all those stuff? You will get ITC. Many people have asked in WhatsApp, "Sir, what will happen, sir? ITC, sir, rate is reduced, sir." Why are you worrying? You will continue to get the credit. You don't worry. The government have clarified very nicely here. E-way bills, nothing is going to happen. Don't worry. No changes. Be happy. Friends, whatever was required to be presented by me, I have made a short presentation to you. I hope you would have liked it. But let us stay in continuous touch. And before you ask your questions, may I request our Honorable Central Council member, the Vice Chairman of the committee and the Chairman of the AI and ICA committee, CA Umesh Sharma ji, to please take us through the measures for facilitation of trade on policies related matters. Over to you, Umesh Sharma ji.
Thank you, RK sir. It was a beautifully articulated summing of the vast rate changes that are happened in your session. So we will discuss much more later on. So in between, let's go through the major steps that the government want to take for the trade facilitation. So I am sharing my screen. Please let me know once it is shared. Tech team.
Yes.
It's visible.
Yes.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
see Shahrukh Khan.
Thank you, sir. So let's start our discussion on measures of facilitation of trade and policy related measures that the 56th GST Council has taken. It is said in Hindu mythology that if you want to make God happy, 56 भोग लगाने चाहिए. So this is the 56th GST Council. उन्होंने भोग लगाए हैं 56वीं council meeting में. So let's have a taste of these changes which are of beneficial nature or otherwise also. So the recommendations when we discuss, it starts with the risk-based provisional refund, as rightly pointed out by our RK sir, that refunds are a subject where we always worry whether the assessee will get it or not. So now they have developed a system, AI-based and a database risk assessment system for granting provisional refunds for zero-day retail supply and for inverted duty structure from 1st of November. Why this is very important now for inverted duty structure? You have seen the presentation of RK sir. Many goods have moved from 5 to 0 or from 18 to or 12 to 5%. So there can be a cases where refund may arise in future for number of goods and services. So to tackle the situation, to allow the cash flow, they have amended, they want to amend Rule 1912 and Section 54(6). So by this, they will sanction 90% of refund which is claimed as a provisional refund. So it is not a final refund. 10% they will be holding once the scrutiny and all assessment routine things are done. And most important, the officer is satisfied, then he will grant the 100% refund. A point is noted here that many or notified categories, means they will notify the categories of person who will not get refund at all in provisional basis. So they will get refund as per the normal norms. So in notified category and in exceptional cases, the officer has the power to record in writing, and instead of granting provisional basis refund, it will process with a detailed scrutiny of refund claim, which is the current system right now. So they want to simplify this process. Let's see how it goes ahead, and it will be from 1st of November 2025. Now we come down to the next measure, and this measure is related to refund again, but it's for the low value export consignments. Now, friends, what is low value exports consignments? That is near about 1000 rupees threshold limit, where the small exporters make export through courier, parcel mode, or small items are exported. So it is proposed in section 5414 to remove the threshold, and this will benefit for getting export refund of exports. But one catch is there. It should be with payment of tax. So if a payment of tax is there, exports is there, even if it's of a low value, the refund will be given for that. So this will help the exporters to a larger extent, small exporters. Now we come down to the next, simplified GST registration scheme. This is very important and interesting. What is simplified GST registration scheme? As you know, we get difficulties in getting registration. In many cases, the officers ask queries the documentation deficiencies are there, and registration process get delayed. So it is against ease of doing business. So small and low risk businesses. Now, which are small and low risk businesses? The department will notify from the data which they are having that this particular business is a low risk. And what is small? The small word, they have fixed it with the output liability of 2.5 lakhs, including CGST, SGST, UTGST, IGST, with a monthly cap of B2B transactions. So this is very important. Optional scheme for registration for low risk applicant with a monthly B2B self-assess output liability. So how the department will come to know that a person who is getting registered will have a liability which is below 2.5 lakh per month? I think at the time of registration, they will develop a mechanism that we have to give the future output liability details, and on that basis or on that undertaking or on that projections, this category will covered under low risk applicants, and automatic registration within 3 days. So this is a very good thing, that once you submit an application and if all criteria are fulfilled, within 3 days the registrations will be given, and it's a voluntary. We can go for the normal procedure of registration, turnover base or voluntary. And this is one more scheme will be this for simplified registration, and you can opt or you can withdraw also. But withdrawal should be before giving the number. So it's not like a composition scheme or something. It is only for the registration. And the scheme will be applicable from 1st of November 25. And it is said in the GST Council meeting that 96% of new taxpayer will be covered in this. So they are anticipating that in future, maximum registrations will be coming under this scheme. So let's hope this will benefit to the trade and it will give ease of doing business a boost. Because GST registration is nightmare many times. Now, another simplified GST registration mechanism. But for whom? For small e-commerce supplier. So this is very important. E-commerce are different companies, but the person who is supplying to e-commerce, these are the small dealers, taxpayers. So they can go for new registration mechanism. They want to sell on e-commerce across multiple states. And there is a problem, there is a catch, that if you are doing business in multiple states, principal place of business in each state is required as per the current GST norms. So to streamline the compliance and to make a broader market access to small scale digital sellers, a support will be given, ease of doing business, and to promote that, this GST registration scheme will come up. So maintaining principal place of business in each state by such small e-commerce supplier may be waived off, and they can continue doing business once they are registered across the state. Now, what will be the formalities, how the returns will be filed, what will be the other similar changes, we will have to see once the notifications and amendments are done in the respective sections and rules. But a very interesting simplified GST registration scheme is in process. Now we come to another important amendment. So what is that amendment? Is to place of supply rules of intermediary services. Intermediary services, as many of us know, a point of debate, lot of discussion happens, many cases are there. So now to simplify it, the GST Council recommends omission of section 13(8)(b) itself from IGST Act. So this is a very important omission. removal of the section 13(8)(b) of IGST Act. So what will be the impact? The place of supply for intermediary services to be determined by section 13 subsection 2, that is location of the recipient, and which is our general norms. The location of recipient is the place of supply. And it's aligned to the global best practices because multinational companies, importers, exporters, foreign taxpayers, or Indian taxpayers having foreign offices, they come into such type of intermediary services in many transactions. So it is in aligning with the global best practices, and it gives a clarity on cross-border service taxations. And this will also benefit, it's enable Indian service provider to claim exports benefits and boosting the competitiveness as tariff war things are going on. So for exporters, many things are being taken care by the GST recommendations also. A significant step to simplify GST for service exporters. So let's see what the amendment comes and what are the further impact of this, because in many software companies, many banking companies, this will be a impactful amendment. Now we come down to another impactful amendment, and this is going to affect many of taxpayers. Post-sales discount. This is always a bone of contention. Though the government or GST section rules, circulars are issued in past also to clarify many of the things. Still in GST audits, many of the taxpayer get query that you have received this discount, you have received the incentives from the manufacturer, from the wholesaler, you pay GST or you reverse ITC, many things coming. And the origin of this all is coming from section 15, value of supply, subsection 3, BI. So what is this section? This section is for establishing the discount in terms of an agreement enter into before or at the time of supply. And it's specifically linked to the relevant invoices. Means what? Whenever there is a discount post sales, we are not talking about at the time of sales. If it's a discount at the time of sale, it is in the invoice itself. But this is for the future discount, like turnover discount, quantity discount, scheme discounts. Lot of names are given by different companies. But what is the prerequisite today, currently, as per section 15(3) BI? There must be agreement. It should be entered before the time of supply, and thereafter it should be linked to the invoices. But further circulars are also issued, which provides that how compliance will be done. And here, one is the supplier and one is the receiver. The supplier has to issue credit note. In that credit note, if GST is separately given, then he will reduce his value of supply. The receiver, once he received that credit note where GST is separately mentioned, he has to reverse the ITC. So both ends need to match. But there were issues with the government that how this mechanism of compliance will work from both the angle. Few documentation, few compliance guidelines were given that the receiver has reversed the GST on ITC, the supplier has reversed the value, reduced the value of supply. Many debatable issues were there. Now they want to omit this section. And after omission, they propose to amend that discount should be granted through credit note issued under section 34. So now they are linking Earlier also it was linked. So they are specifically putting emphasis that discount should be granted through credit note issued under subsection 34. And they want to amend section 34 correspondingly to include a reference to section 15(3)(b) so as to provide for reversal of input tax credit by the recipient in case where a post discount sale is given and value is reduced through GST credit note. So here they are putting a clear cut amendment that if post discount is given or whatever discounts are given, they should be issued through credit note, and that credit note effects to the ITC reversal for the recipient and reduction in value of the supplier. So both the things they want to link here. And now comes a very important clarification in the recommendations they have given. Non-reversal of input tax credit on account of post-sale discount through financial commercial credit note. So this is very clear that if the credit note is a financial or commercial credit note, there will be no need of input tax reversal. Here in that credit note, GST is not mentioned separately by the supplier, so the recipient need not have to reverse. But now comes this second para, which is very important, and I want to emphasis on that to all the participants. Please go through this. What is the clarification? Treatment of post-sale discount provided by manufacturer to the dealer as additional consideration in the transaction between dealer and end user. The treatment of post-sale discount as a consideration in lieu of promotional activities, etc. performed by the dealer. So friends, please be very clear. What is post-sale discount and what is the promotional activities consideration? So once it is not linked to invoice, it is not a post-sale discount, but it is an additional consideration, then GST is leviable. It's a receipt in the hands of the dealer and the things will be different. So again, a clarification will come up. So we will have to see the final clarification so that we can conclude these changes that are recommended. So very important point here that the post-sale discount scenario, we will have to check again once the amendment comes. Now, few more measures. The measures are for very specific sin goods, pan masala, cigarettes, change in valuation method. It's very difficult life for such types of manufacturer. In excise era also, this pan masala, gutka, cigarettes, they were under controlled. Now in GST also, they have a separate set of calculation. Now GST Council recommends shifting from transaction value to resale price base valuation. So it's going away from our value added tax mechanism, which is a fundamental base of GST, because GST is always levied on value added tax. Now they want to shift from transaction value to retail sale price. फिर से इसको change करना चाह रहे. And this will be applicable to pan masala, cigarette, gutka, chewing tobacco, zarda, scented, unmanufactured tobacco. It will be implemented once the rules and notifications are brought in. There is no link with the 22nd September 25 date. This will come when they bring the changes, and it will ensure uniform tax assessment, curb undervaluation. ये major मुद्दा है. This is the biggest point they want to cater and enhance revenue transparency. Because after the changes of the rates, the revenue neutrality or the cost to the exchequer, many things were discussed that how they will recover the loss of revenue. So such types of measure will give them enhance revenue. So one of the measure for trade to the specific people here is the transaction value to retail sales price. Now we come down to next, and which is a very important announcement, and it's operationalization of GSTAT, that is Goods and Service Tax Tribunal. Earlier we have seen the appointments of the GSTAT people already done. Our RK sir and our GST team has already met the principal authority of GST tribunal. Benches are already been declared at different location. Now the announcement is that it will be made operational for accepting appeals before end of September. So 22nd September to 30th September, we will see that all locations, the appeals will be started accepting. And the hearings will commence before December. So in this calendar year, the GSTAT will be full functionals. Already rules are out. Already the SOPs and manuals are out and forms are out. Now we will see the online platform where the appeals will be accepted before September and the hearings will start before December. And the council also recommended that the date of 30th June 26 for limitation of filing backlog appeals. Whatever appeals of earlier year or backlog is there, they can be filed before 30th June 2026. So this is the dates which we have to remember. And the principal bench of GSTAT will also serve as a national appellate authority for advanced ruling. So advanced ruling and GSTAT both will be taken care by that principal bench. So these are the major for facilitation of the trade, and I finished my presentation here. So along with this, there are other small amendments which will be discussed in the due course of time. So I am stopping my screen here. The screen sharing is stopped.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we go through the discussion with RK sir. Over to you, RK sir. Tech team. RK sir is there. Hello, I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there are few things that we will be discussing here, and we will be taking the question answers also. So based on the overall discussion, the implementation and the recommendations, the few changes that are still I want to highlight is the specified premises. The specified premises for the restaurants where the hotel is there. So the rates of 12%, 18%, and related things are need to be discussed. So here, the specified premises context to the taxability of restaurant services, they have given a clarity that the standalone restaurants cannot declare itself as a specified premises. So a small change they have proposed there, which we will have to see. And let's open the discussion for question answers. RK sir. Hello? Tech team,
Yes, sir.
can we connect back to RK sir? You can call RK sir also.
Yes.
Yeah. So video is not there of RK sir.
Got it.
So you can start questions also. Tech team in between. In
So
print.
the first question is whether refund for reduction in tax rate will come under the inverted tax structure prospectively. What will happen to the GST suffered for the already taxed goods in stock?
Okay. Can you show the questions on the screen or it is visible to you?
Sure, sir.
You can share the screen also. So we will take one by one. And tech team, please connect with RK sir also. Ajay bhai. Because RK sir has left, I think. Okay. So these are the few questions. We will take one by one. The first question is which one, Inpreet? Inpreet? RK sir?
Yeah, wait. There's some problem in my system here.
Okay.
You continue, sir. You continue.
Okay. So I am taking the first question here. My query is whether refund for the reduction in rates will come under inverted tax structure prospectively. What will happen to GST suffered for the already taxed goods in stock? This is a question where the rate was already 18% or 12%. Now it's come to 5%, but the purchases are already there of higher rate. Now the sale is at lower rate. And this is a question which is going to many sectors. So the answer to this is whatever inverted duty structure things are there, the refund will be given to the party. But now here check will be very important that if it's a zero rated, earlier it was tax and now it's a zero rated. So that will be the cost to the taxpayer. But a textile industry case was there, Surat Association, and where the textile got the refund when the change of rate was there. But here it is very clear that refund will be given for reduced rate as inverted duty structure. RK sir, do you want to take up some few insights?
Yeah, in fact, the question is how I understand. My query is whether refund for reduction in tax rates will come under inverted tax structure prospectively. What will happen to GST suffered for already taxed goods in stock? See, this the council has already clarified, no, by way of a question, that wherever there are goods which are already in stock, you get ITC. Assume the output has come down from 12 to 5 and there arises an inverted tax structure. Sir, it is one pot. Everything has already gone. You cannot now split by these goods were old goods, not new goods, etc. So, irrespective of anything, inverted tax structure will apply and refund will be available. That is the first question, sir. Next is
The next is under works contract of section 2119, where the material cost is equal or exceed 25% of total project cost. GST applicable was 12%. The point which we were discussing, RK sir, before start of the session. So I would like to know after 56 GST Council meet the applicable percentage, as there are only 2 rates now available. 5, I think it's a question is incomplete. Some words are there. Double tick करो उसको in print Excel file को. Some text is there missing.
No, sir. Nothing
No.
is missing.
Okay. Yes, RK sir.
I'll give you the
5 and 18.
Yeah.
Where the material cost is equal or exceeds 25% of total project cost, GST applicable was 12%. I would like to know after this safety government, the applicable percent, as there are only 2. Yeah, that's all. So, see, if is there any amendment which has happened in this section 292119? I mean, I have not seen any such amendment.
Only rates are changed, sir.
Yeah, so
Now it's 18%. Yeah. Yeah.
No, Jayashree Urganti may maybe we may take this question offline. We may have to ask some questions also. So we'll take this offline later on. You may call us anytime, any one of us. Next is Raipur is asking a question. Praveen Agrawal. If earlier my goods were taxable at 12, now it becomes exempted. What shall I do about the input available with me in the ITC? Nothing you can do, sir. It is cost to you. That's all.
Yeah.
It is cost to you. You can't do anything. Whether I need to reverse those ITC, yes. You need not pay interest. It's a cost. That's it. You reverse it off. That's it. No interest is required to be paid because you have not utilized them. Na? Next is from Chennai. I need clarification about invoice date 22/9. After 22/9, payment received in case new tax applicable or old tax. How to claim existing ITC? See, please, there is no connection between ITC and rate change. If there is an ITC which you have already taken, which is there in your books of accounts, which is disclosed in your return, that ITC it is a river, it will flow. Okay. So when Ganga emerges, when Mandakini and the other, what is that river? Those 2 rivers meet and then Ganga emerges. That becomes ITC. That's all. All goods have come. It is Ganga. That's it. You take credit. Absolutely no problem. There's no difference in all these things. Anything different, you please explain, OSG.
Yes, sir.
Next is Suvatira, Chennai. Need explain for credit noted or debit? I mean, I don't know. I have not understood this question, sir. Need explain for credit noted or debit note? I don't know. What is this question?
Yeah.
Next is Pune is in HDPE and micro drip irrigation. Raw material is 18. Sir, you take this, sir. You have an office in Jalna also. So you come from this drip irrigation capital of India.
in HDEP and micro dip irrigation, raw material is 18% and the finished product is 12%.
Yes.
So there was a refund for inverted structure now. Finished product will be 5% and raw material will be taxed 18%. So can we apply for refund same as earlier? Yes, it will continue. You can apply for refund.
Any other questions?
Scroll down in your screen. In Now the next question. What will be the fate of cess ITC available in the credit ledger, which will be due to unsold stock of coal as on 22nd of September? Whether it will be allowed to be merged with CGST or AGST in a proportionate view behind the merger is as rate is increased from 5 to 18, considering the omission of cess at the rate 400 per metric ton currently applicable, or cess ITC will be refunded. If answer to both the option is in negative, then it will be going to be a heavy cost on the big traders of coal.
Mm.
Yes, Arun bhai, we also have a same query with our client. Now there will be no cess on the coal and what to do with that coal. So as told by RK sir, this is very important point that if there is no outward supply where there will be no outward cess. So the ITC of the cess was available against the output cess. Now there will be no output cess. So whatever cess is remained as a ITC, it is going to be a cost.
Mm.
But
You're
this
right.
is a issue, sir,
Mm.
because the cost is heavy.
See, basically, coal companies, no, they're all Government of India companies.
Yeah,
So let them independently write to the GST Council or the CBIC and get a clarification, written clarification
correct.
from them. That's
Correct.
better for them. Yeah.
Yes. Now the
Rakesh,
next, yeah,
Rakesh Kumar
Rakesh
Singh.
Kumar Singh.
Tour package. Anything? I have not seen anything on tour package. Is it there?
Tour package is not there. It is just for the taxi of the renting of vehicles.
Yeah, tour package. I have not seen anything.
Uh,
Then is Jalgaon. In case of your place, sir.
Satyanarayan Ji Maniyar from
Yes.
Jalgaon, the
Yes.
past chairman.
Yes.
In case of composition dealer, if
Mm.
GST rate reduced to 0, what about closing stock and GST paid on it?
Bhagwan Bharose.
It's a cost.
It's
which
a cost. That's all.
We
It's a
already
cost.
discussed.
Yeah.
Yes,
Gold, silver, jewelry, no, nothing, no change.
no
Continues.
change. Yes. Then whether ITC taken on stock as on 22nd item 12% shifted to 5% need to reverse
Oh, you're with
ITC.
me. Already we have answered. Nothing to be reversed. It
Yeah.
continues. No. Gangapur, Pankaj, no, nothing. People are asking questions which has never been there in the GST Council. Existing rate 5% without zero, whether ITC. ITC we have answered. Refund of GST on zero rated supplies inverters will be retrospective or prospective. Retrospective only. Need clarity on how government would legally compel manufacturers to pass on the benefits of rate reduction to the consumers. Question to be asked to the government. We are not here to discuss with that. They have to pass. That's it. That's very simple, sir. It's business ethics.
Yeah.
See, every time we should not look to the government. It is business ethics. We have to ensure that they do it. That's important. Business ethics. Sandeep, in case where I have been selling 5% and purchase a capex on which I took the input, now the product is zero, then what should be the treatment of GST credit? It's a cost, no?
Yeah.
That's all.
And the cost when it's a 0. And if
Yeah.
it's a 5%, it's a inverted duty structure, refund
Will come.
process will come. So,
Yeah.
and I think, sir, people are worried about the reduction. So they have
Yes.
to see if it's a 0, means nil rate, then it's a cost. And if
Certainly.
it is a 5%, then
Yeah.
go for refund.
You go for refund. How the existing ITC can be availed as per old rate. Same way, no change. Shubham Agarwal, Allahabad. Nikita, Guwahati. ITC on differential rate which needs to be reversed after 31st. Who will bear the cost of this? Yourself. Your company. Ayush Banka, Ayodhya. Jai Shri Ram. Whether the cess will be abolished from... अरे यार इसका कोई जिक्र हुआ क्या सेस abolition का?
सेस एबोलिशन का जिक्र हुआ है, but it is linked to the loan which will be repaid by the government.
Okay.
That has been taken for this compensation, and they are anticipating that it will be over around this financial year. And I am speaking it from the question which was raised by a reporter to FM ma'am.
Okay.
In the after a press note meeting. So they said that it will continue till the loan is repaid by the government.
Very good. Next is Sridharan Mailadurai. Already answered this question, sir.
Vikas Pancholi, due to GST rate from 12 to 5 on final product in case of MRP product should be reduced or not. Sir, business ethics, you have to, sir. If it is 22, reduce to 5, you have to do it. Please tell your client or company.
Anti-profiting is also there.
Anti-profiting, but then, of course, competition commission is there. No.
Yeah.
So we should follow, we should be ethical. Ethics should be followed. You can't make profit out of reduction in rate of taxes.
Yeah.
NJ Venkatrama later, okay, you can call me anytime. Or Umesh Sharma. Sandeep, if is the price change for inventory already manufactured, how is it practical to change the MRP for huge volume of stock piled up for MRP? Is there any other simple alternative? There is no alternative, sir. You have to do it.
And this is the problem with every FMCG automobile
What is
company.
it? Sir, you have to do it, na?
Yeah. And that's why they have given the time of 22nd of September to update the systems.
System, so many things will happen, sir.
Yeah.
Is the price change for inventory or that is done? What happens to the compensation cess paid? Say, I think we answered
car.
this.
Yeah.
We
The
answered
car
this.
and coal are in the same position.
Yes, Sandeep, will not the government be in deficit? Arey yaar, why are you asking this question? It all depends on the government. Muthu Kumar Kaur, sir, how about GST chargeable in case of jewelry? Same, no change. That which is not discussed, it continues. Nikhil Gupta, Agra. What will be the status of combination cess? I think already explained by Umesh Ji. Vishal Patel, Ahmedabad. Please let us know, is there any changes in GST engineering goods like heat exchangers? We'll look into that, sir. We give the HSN, then only we'll be able to know. Otherwise, we can't contemplate what is heat exchanger. Makaranand Sahasra Buddhe. Oh, Sahasra Buddhe. Three Idiots, there's a film, no? This name comes there. Yeah, it comes name there, yeah. So you, me, and Makaranand Sahasra Buddhe are three idiots. On the contrary, has GST on vehicle hire gone up from 12 to 18? Yes, it has gone up, sir. It has gone up. No doubt about it. Niyati Savla, in which all sectors ITC is not allowable. It is a private consultancy you can take from us at any point of time. Nikhil Gupta, spectacles are taxed at 12 in my humble opinion. Kindly see if 28 is correct or not. 12 is not a rate now. Yeah. It says currently 12, 28 is correct or not. And I think it is reduced. Next spectacles are reduced GST though.
And 28 is there, but it's only for few of the items. For the car.
GST rate on corrugated boxes 12 to 5. Whereas input reduced, increase. Yeah, that has happened. This has created inverted duty structure resulting continuous economic ITC in the okay. Reclaim the refund, sir. Claim the refund. That's all. You have no other choice. Whether compensation continues, it continues, sir. Next is Narayana Murthy. Come up, Impreet. Would specify to mean that standalone restaurant cannot charge 18? Yes.
The clarification has come up where they have made a change in specified premises.
See, these are all common sense, Umesh ji. People expect the government to clarify everything. Government cannot clarify. Let me see. Restaurant is, what do you mean by a standalone restaurant, not standalone? Every restaurant means a restaurant. You should take like that. My suggestion to all my chartered accountant brothers and sisters is that there is also common sense in taxation. You can't expect government to clarify each and every point. Like I felt it not necessary to clarify this standalone restaurant. It is a restaurant. What is there? And it will continue to get 5 only. You cannot charge 18 with GST. Rameshwar Chokhada, Indore. Whether group policy, I have already told you, sir. Please take it up with the respective insurance company. Santaram Shenoy, Kochi. What is your take on the government not enhancing the threshold limit even after 8 years of introduction of GST? Government wants everyone to pay GST. GST is a consumption tax, And for the government, the revenue in GST, revenue from any consumption taxes is the key to run the government. It is not income tax. Income tax is to balance the society. Consumption taxes are to run the country. This is my take.
Correct.
Vishal Patel, Ahmedabad. Shall we take GST credit on boat purchase?
Why not if you are in the business of selling and purchasing boat, renting the boat?
हो सकता है. We don't know what is his output. We don't know, na. So Prima facie, yes, you take. That's all. Is there any change in rate of services related to coal handling charges? No, nothing. I have not seen. Agra, Nikhil Gupta, unquoted paper board. Lot of changes have happened, sir. Please look into it. I don't think it's possible for us to explain in detail. You make a study, sit with your client or your company. Vishal Patel again from Ahmedabad. What is just 2A and 2B? Sir, this question is out of syllabus. Puri, is there any changes in GST on rent? There is, na? Please see. That leasing, rental, some changes have come, not the normal thing. That's all, Impreet?
Yes, sir.
All questions answered?
Yes, sir.
So, friends,
Give me one.
yes, Impreet?
Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah, please check up. Please check up.
Yeah, you refresh it so you can see. And the maximum questions are, sir, of inverted duty structure, zero rate, and the refund.
All these have come again.
Now, how we will?
KV Subramanian.
I have the
Chennai.
question, sir.
New questions?
Yes, sir. 77 questions now. Earlier there were 44 questions.
First is not a question. First is an appreciation. Thank you, Sri KV Subramaniam. Second, Vidur Mehta. Is if taxpayer is in QSR segment and claiming ITC while discharging liability at full rate, with full rate of 5%, now can ITC be still? Yeah, I don't. Any change in this, Umesh Sharma ji?
And what is this QSR? I don't know, sir. QSR. Quarterly scheme or what is?
It has got nothing to do with ITC. Forget about it.
Okay.
Navneet Shegde, Chandrapur. Sir, please describe about compensation cess on coal. We have described, sir. In fact, I also advise that the coal companies write to the government on the cess, etc.
Correct, because this is, and Chandrapur is a area where there is a western coal mines and
all.
Yeah.
And Muktaram Avari, Mumbai. Is there any proposal for simplification of returns? I would answer this question like this. The government is seriously working on return simplification. But see, then the government also has an issue. When many, say, approximately 25 to 30% of registered people don't file regular returns. This is a problem. All chartered accountants, if their clients are not filing GST returns, kindly ensure that they file. Otherwise, it's not possible, sir. Let me tell you. We have worked with the government. We have given simplified return forms also. The merged 9 and 9C was also given to the government. Let's see. Dhruv Gupta, Jammu, clarifies the rule regarding conversion from higher tax rate to now lower tax rate. What rule? I mean, it's normal only now. You are charging 18, now you will charge 5. That's it. Whenever this change happens.
He can refer to the section 14. It's not a rule. In section 14, whenever rate change are happening, the scenarios are explained.
Time of supply.
Yes.
Sushil Bhakat, Burdwan. How to deal with taxable goods become nil rated. Sell them at nil rated. That's all. Suman Prakash Jain, Pali. Tax rate on printed paper box. We don't have it in front of us now currently. What is printed paper box and which HS it will come? All those things you'll have to see. Is it corrugated, non-corrugated?
Correct.
Anuj Jain, Delhi. How the working will prepare of that refund under inverted tax structure? You can call us privately or you yourself do it, sir. We can't explain here. Muktaram Avari, Mumbai. What will happen to ITC balances lying it's a credit ledger as on date of rationalization. Either you take the credit, or you have to write it off. You don't get it as, see, any accumulated ITC which is there on the date when the rate change happens, you can adjust it against the output only.
Yes.
Point number 1. Please don't be under the mistaken impression that ITC you will get as an inverted tax structure and you will be eligible for refund. Let me be very, very clear. Umesh ji, any other view you have, please tell.
No. In sync with you, sir.
Right. Thank you, sir. Samir, Chennai, IMS is mandatory. IMS is mandatory. What is he trying to say? Is it a question or is a statement he's making? I don't know.
Yeah, it is invoice management system. It is still in that they have developed, the department has developed, but not made mandatory, na?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Next is our own faculty, Tejo Murtula Ramamurthy, sir, from Hyderabad, a very active person. Hope nothing more specifically pertinent to construction industry, more specifically covering the decision held in respect of Supreme Court. I think he is talking about safari retreats. Nothing,
Yeah,
sir.
nothing.
Nothing. Just go up in breath. Omkar Santosh Oza. Angli, your place, sir.
Yes, sir. The Sangli is a very good place. And the Ozaji is asking, in case of Kishmish and Haldi.
Kishmish and
turmeric.
Haldi. Yeah. Yes.
In case of e-commerce business, will they allow POB in a single state to be used for all state as principal place of business, or principal place of business will be different in all states? Ozaji, the clarification says that to simplify the things, they are bringing a simple registration scheme. And the issue they are addressing here, that multiple principal place of business in each state will not be required. So let's hope that it will be allowed with a single state registration. But again, what I stated there, how the returns will be filed, how the things will come up, we have to wait for the final clarification and notification.
Kiran Kumar from Davanagere, regarding renewal premium of insurance payment. Please clarify that the payment made after 22nd September are exempt.
Yes. If your date of premium is coming after 22nd and you are making payment after 22nd, the premium will be exempt from GST.
इसमें क्या है ना उमेश जी, we need to also clarify here.
Many
fellows will stop paying the premium.
Already they have started, sir.
Already people will stop paying.
Yeah.
And they will pay after 22nd.
Yeah.
But
So time of supply.
They will still pay GST, sir.
Yeah, the time of supply, advance, raise of invoice, and the date of service, whichever is earlier.
Yeah, that is in this case where the premium falls due on or after the date notified, which is 22nd September.
Correct.
We should look into that only. That is most important.
Yes.
Next is what Kushal, is it?
Why this question is coming, sir? Today also one of client asked, because they allow 30 days to repay. But I also said this, that whether it's a due date, after due date, or before due date.
Yes, exactly. Someone was asking me today the same question.
Yes.
Called me. Lot of questions on ITC and insurance and all those stuff. Next is what? Next कौन सा है?
Is there any changes in 17 subsection 5? No change.
नहीं, कुछ नहीं. Chennai वाला इधर Madurai. Yeah, Madurai is a very nice place. News of so many industry sectors increasing their prices by 10 to 15, offsetting the reduction in rate is everywhere. Wouldn't the anti-profiting rules apply and immediately action taken? Sir, that's what I told no, sir. Ethics. Anti-profiting authority is merged with the Competition Commission of India. Now, these are all business ethics. And wherever you find that these things happen, because I also got a question. One very large corporate called me and said, sir, can we do this? I said, see, it is not right. And you don't do that. It is not right.
And
whenever government, see that is the what Umesh ji, see, when the government gives a benefit, the trade and industry must pass on. Otherwise, government will certainly come down heavily. Government will not simply sit and watch. They will come down heavily on those who are doing all these type of malpractices. Yeah, and then no one will come to their rescue.
Correct. And the same point was notified by FM and the Revenue Secretary in their press release.
Yes, you are right.
In the interview, the same question was asked by reporter, and they said that we have all the data And for rationalization of taxes, we have used tremendous amount of data, and we know from which HSN code what is the value addition and what is the rate change and what is the market rate. So they are having complete track of each HSN code, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. On a click of a button, now all data is available from
Yes.
manufacturer till the consumer, from farm to the fork.
Yes.
Soumya Srivatsan, Chennai. With the change in the place of supply providing intermediaries, is it that their role is only with reference to compliance obligations only? See, this particular provision has been changed to suit the international requirements. We were working reversely. Now the government has very correctly said that the place of supply will be the place of
Location of recipient.
location of the recipient. That's it. Yusuf Karachiwala, Pune.
Pune. Rate of GST labor job as 12% is deleted.
Deleted क्या?
वो job work
Changes हुआ है कुछ.
18%.
हाँ. Next is what? We are the OEM, okay, original equipment, and selling the part of vehicle. थोड़ा ऊपर जाओ Impreet. Part of vehicle. Now we have 3 rates: 5 for tractor, 18 for vehicle, 40 for CC more than specified. How will we differentiate? Whatever you are doing now, you continue to do. 3 rates are there. Each supply of each item, apply the rate. ITC, whatever is available, take it. It's a pot. सब एक में डाल दो, उससे पानी निकालते रहो. Amrita Shah, Ahmedabad. In case of beauty, a thing of beauty is joy forever. So we don't know what is beyond this. Pranil, Sangli. Sir, आपका Sangli, Kishmish wale.
Is there any change in commercial construction project? It is 12% or 18%.
Increase हुआ
Commercial
ना?
construction is always 18%, na sir?
Yes. पर वर्क्स कॉन्ट्रैक्ट भी कुछ 12 से 18 गया है ना?
हाँ, वो तो
Yes,
12
done.
से 18 आप कर दिया.
Yeah. Next is your Satara.
Sir, Anand Shah, again. Wow. Is there any change in PVC pipe rates? Anand, please give the HSN code. We will give you the.
Yeah. Speak to
Yeah.
Umesh ji. Speak to Umesh. Ernakulam, Bina.
He is a friend of mine.
Yeah. As you said, GST registration will be easy in future. See, first let me tell you what
This
is
is-
GST registration. With the query of rent agreement with father to son, how will see anyone can give rental premises to anyone. Okay. It is see, GST registration was never tough. Why it became tough is because people took fake registrations. We read in newspapers, I mean, in same premises, some 50 registrations are taken. Sham companies were created. Fake ITC was done. Otherwise, it was always a simple affair. For those who think straight, for those who do business straight, everything will be easy. Yes, sir. Pune. Umesh.
Yeah.
Automobiles,
Pune, yes.
your area.
Yes, Jen. Automobile industries, car sales, ITC, available or cost. It's a cost.
Cost. Niyati Savla, Mumbai. Which all sectors ITC is removed with rate change, like in insurance sector. हम अभी नहीं बता सकते इसको. Kalyan. Is there any change in rate for coal handling charges? No change, already explained. Ponuswamy, Coimbatore. Beauty and physical well-being services zones are now charging at 18 and proposed 5. What will the impact on input if they sell medicines also?
Different transaction at all.
No,
It's
no,
a
first,
goods.
no,
It's
इसमें
a
क्या है
goods.
ना sir? Yeah, it is goods only, it's separately. I fail to understand how beauty is related to medicines.
Yeah, he want to say like shampoo or cosmetics or something like that.
But it is not medicine. I think a medicine maybe dandruff, shampoo, etc.
Yeah.
But then that is goods. See, when you use
composite supply.
when you use goods for the purposes of providing the service, it is different. When you sell those goods, supply those goods independently, the thing is different. Chellappan Velusamy, Dharapuram. In case of bricks, so far 6 without and 12 with ITC. What is the effect from 22.9? Acha. Oh. 024921. I think we'll have to see.
Hmm.
We'll have to see this. You can call me, sir, and I'll explain to you. K. Balaji Puducherry. Thoda upar jao, Impreet. GST on cotton box is 5% and raw material paper is 18. So inverter structures is naturally yes.
Yes.
Karthikeyan, Bangalore, basic price 50, attracting 12, now chargeable 5. Selling price is so and so, now 5. How much rate to be reduced to comply with anti-profit? Sir, we are not going to take on this. Next. Sudhir Kumar Surana, Surat. Sir, regarding GTA, the option to change the mechanism RCM or FCM is offered once in a year. Whether this is in between rates is going to be offered? I said, no, nothing. It's done. Nagpur.
But this can be a representation point from transport
Yeah, transportation they have to
association.
do. They have to do it in case if they require.
Transport association can take this point.
GST on transportation, has it changed? Yeah, it has changed. Please have a look at it. Hey, Sandeep, again Chennai. ITC credit already taken on capex. Now the product has become nil rated. Khush raho.
Cost.
Be very happy. Sandeep
The
quotes.
balance
Yeah.
ITC is cost. Sir,
All
he has to he has to calculate the proportionate capital ITC on that 6 month basis, 60-month basis, and whatever the life is remaining out of 5 years, then he has to reverse on that capex capital goods, because now from that machine nil rated will be manufactured.
Chennai, Vela, Idam, Madurai, all companies are increasing. Sir, we have already answered this. Government's job. Sir, please describe on compensation of coal. You already described. Ukkitan, Chennai, if I received sales return now, which is sold on or before 22nd September, what is the process? I mean, if I received sales return now, today, same thing.
Now, which will be sold after 22nd new rate, before 22nd old rate.
Sandeep has asked so many questions. Next question, Prakash Chodia, Vapi.
Oh,
Insurance premium.
Chodia from Vapi.
Yeah, paid for 5 years. That is premium after 22.9 is also paid with GST. Whether GST will be refunded, that is no. Once gone. कोई refund नहीं करेगा. ये सब भूल जाओ. Piyush, Nagpur. The dealer is into transportation of coal. ठीक है, 18% ही है. Sushil Bhagat, Budwan. Can ITC accrued through inverter structure be utilized in payment of tax? Pay. What is there? M. Gopal Krishna comes to sir. How to handle the situation where the products for which MRP has already been printed on the product with an old rate, but it is sold subsequently after rate reduction. The customer not possible to modify the MRP
Change the
value.
price. Change the price.
But originally the price has. Yeah, that you can price change is always possible. You can do that.
Put the stickers.
Yeah. Vignesh Chennai. I sold the product 12. Now customer want to return the product after the new rate. Come up, no? New GST rate implemented. Now what we do? We have to take this old GST rate or new GST rate. There is no GST rate, my dear sir. It is still not notified. You notified only from 22nd September, not now. Swapnil Bora, sir, your own Sambhaji Nagar.
Pens. We have to know the HSN code. Swapnil, we will support.
Please go to office of Umesh Sharma ji. Sit with him.
No, he can WhatsApp also.
Inquire about him. Have a cup of tea. Atif Shamshad, Aligarh. It is required to provide a list of items GST rate having changed via publication or later. That government will do it, sir. Take it. Subramaniam, Chennai. Sir, come up. In your presentation, you mentioned about the post-sale discount considers additional consideration. Can elaborate on that? Has the issue settled down or still confusion? There is no confusion.
Sir,
what is the confusion?
Yeah, the confusion is from his query, what I am understood, that is the financial credit notes.
Okay.
Once the financial credit notes are given, and if it is not linked with the invoice, and if it is related to the incentives, then that will be additional consideration and GST is levied. But if it is linked to the invoice, it's a post-sale discount.
Yeah.
Then no reversal of ITC, no reduction of value of supply. And I already told while presentation that please bifurcate into discount and incentive separately. Then only you will understand the issue. Then only he can understand the issue. Otherwise, it will be a confusion.
Any website to check CBIC, go to notification number 1/2017. That's all. Satish Kalyan, is there any change in rate for construction contract? Yes, there is. Please look into Anjali Sharma, Pune. GST rate on sale of A4 size paper. Rate has changed. Look into the HSN code and then do it. Satish Kalyan, GST on RCM basis for transport, any change in rate? Transport का कुछ rate change हुआ है ना?
RCM, it is the rate which will be coming at 5%, but you have to look into what type of transportation, with diesel, with petrol, with operator or not. All the things, because the transportation forward charge change, the same rates will apply to RCM.
Yes. Finally, what is the question Sandeep is asking again? क्या question है ये?
Can that ITC that needed reverse or capex, can it be capitalized? Yes, you can capitalize the balance ITC.
Yes. And take depreciation in the Income Tax Act.
Yes.
Done, sir, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, anything is there again, Punusami? Skin care. What is that? थोड़ा ऊपर आओ, Impreet. Skin care clinic. Acha, he is explaining his beauty and physical well-being services falling under group so now at 18. Skin care clinic. Sir, is it beauty or is it a health care? You have to see that.
Fundamental treatment difference.
Facial that you do is a beautician. Okay. When you consult a doctor, if it is a medical practitioner, then it is health care. If someone has done a diploma in beauty industry, then it is not health care. It's a normal thing only, and you'll get it 5%, and goods will be charged separately. If you use the goods, for example, when you do the facial, you take a cream, okay, and you use that. That forms part of your service, providing the service, okay? It's like taking a photograph and picture and giving it to you. It's a service. You don't distinguish between goods, etc. Because those goods are required to provide the service. Thank you very much, friends.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you, Umesh ji, for
thank you,
wonderful
sir.
interaction. And thank you all. Our committee is always available. Any queries either, you can write to us. Subject to our time, subject to our abilities, we will try to answer all of them. Thank you, Impreet. Thank you, Smita Mishra. Thank you, Ajay. Thank you, Nisar. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
All, and I must say, these experts like them, who are always responsible for transforming and reinvigorating our profession as one of the strongest pillar in nation building by sharing their impeccable knowledge on consumption taxes. Thank you, sir. Thanks.
How many attended today, Impreet? Finally, what was the tally? Around?
Just give me 1 minute.
You can stop the recording.